Ukraine has Putin down and is choking him. We need to help Ukraine choke him to death.
What if one vote in the U.S. Senate could dramatically increase the pressure on Vladimir Putin and reshape the course of the war in Ukraine? That's exactly what unfolded during a powerful speech on the Senate floor, where lawmakers called for immediate action on a sanctions bill they say could cripple Russia's economy without sending another dollar into the war. The message was simple: stop talking, start voting. Today, we're breaking down the senator's explosive remarks, why Ukraine's battlefield strategy is changing the war, and how a single sanctions package could hit Russia where it hurts the most.
I'm sorry the people of Russia are having to undergo what they're undergoing. I'm doubly sorry the people of Ukraine are. But it's not going to stop until Putin understands, and we make him understand, that the costs of his barbarism outweigh the benefits. For the first time since 2022, through sheer will and some big brains, and help from Europe and help from the United States, Ukraine has Putin on the back foot. It's truly remarkable. I remember when Putin invaded in 2022. All the experts said Putin is going to roll through Ukraine like thunder on a summer night. Headed toward Kyiv, is going to take it over. In fact, President Biden then asked President Zelensky if he needed help evacuating. And I'll never forget what President Zelensky said. It was one of his finest hours when President Biden asked him if he needed a ride, needed help getting out. He said, "I need ammunition. I need ammunition, not a ride." We should have known then that the Ukrainian people are tough as a pine knot. And I guarantee you, in his heart of hearts, Vladimir Putin wishes he'd never started that fight. Putin thought time was on his side. It's not on his side anymore. Russia's had, unfortunately, 1.4 million soldiers die. He's having a hard time recruiting new ones. His flow of voluntary soldiers has dried up. He's now having to pay people to fight, and he may have to impose a draft on the good people of Russia. Why? It's not hard to figure out. It's grit, it's guts, it's determination, and it's drones. Ukraine is now the drone master of the universe. They started with nothing. They're now the drone master of the universe. Ukraine is producing more drones. They're producing better drones. They're producing long-range drones. They're going to produce 7 million drones in 2026. That's up from 2.2 million only a few years ago. Some of those drones can travel up to 2,000 miles. Ukraine is using those drones to overwhelm the Russian air defense. Now, normally when you send a drone into Russia, Russia has an air defense. What does that mean? That just means missiles on the ground or other drones that'll shoot down that foreign drone invading Russia. Ukraine has figured out a way to overwhelm Russian air defenses so that some of those drones get through. And boy, are those getting through. No part of Russia is safe right now because of these drones by Ukraine. In late June, Ukrainian drones took out 2 oil refineries in a city called Ufa. I'm probably mispronouncing that. That's 1,000 miles front lines. As a result of these drones, as of late June, Russia had lost 30% of its refining capacity. What does that mean? It means they don't have any gasoline. It means they don't have any diesel fuel. You can't, if you're a Russian in Crimea, you can't buy gasoline. They've said no more consumer sales. They're running short. There are long lines in Moscow as we speak, Madam President, as I know you know, to get gasoline. The war has finally come to the people of Russia. Just recently, the Ukrainians sent in drones to bomb wild berries. What's wild berries? Wild berries is Russia's Amazon, and they keep all these consumer goods in big warehouses. Ukraine used drones to take out 2 of them, about $2 billion. And everybody, just about everybody in Russia has felt the impact. They've seen it. Once again, the war has come, unfortunately, to the people of Russia. Recent poll, it's hard to get good data out of Russia because Putin has turned Russia into China. You can't speak freely. Internet is isolated. They'll put you in prison and kill you and hurt you the entire time you're dying if you speak out of turn. But the good people of Russia still have feelings, and a recent poll showed that only 21% of the people of Russia support its government policies. So now's the time. What this Russian sanctions bill would do is say if you want to buy Russian oil and gas, you can't use the dollar. And by the way, the United States, you also can't sell your goods in America. Why are we doing that? Because between 30 and 40% of Russia's budget comes, and Putin's budget, they're one and the same right now, comes from oil and gas. So if you cut off your oil and gas, you cut off their cash flow. If you cut off your cash flow, you stop their ability to prosecute the war. This will not require any American money. I want to thank the European countries. It took them a while, but they finally faced reality, and they have stepped up and financially supported Ukraine. The American people generously supported Ukraine for a long time, and we still are sharing intelligence with them. So I want to thank the leadership in Europe and the good people of Europe. But this will cut off Putin's cash flow. One simple bill. We need to do it, and we need to do it now.
Don't forget to like, comment, and hit the subscribers button for more political and controversial showdowns.